Train your mind to respond, not react. Imagine this for a moment. A single event disrupts your day. A careless comment. An unexpected setback. A moment that presses directly on your emotions. In that instant, something critical happens inside you. A choice appears. Most people never notice it. They react automatically, driven by habit, impulse, emotion. But a few pause. And in that pause lies one of the most powerful skills a human being can develop. For over 2,000 years, Stoic philosophy has taught this exact skill, the art of responding with intention rather than reacting with impulse. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotion. It is not about becoming cold or indifferent. It is about mastery. Mastery of perception. Mastery of judgment. Mastery of response. And in a world that constantly provokes, distracts, and overwhelms, this mastery has never been more relevant. Think back to the last time something tested your patience. Maybe it challenged your pride. Maybe it shook your confidence. Maybe it made you angry, anxious, or defensive. How did you respond? Did your emotions take control? Or did you act from your values? This is where Stoicism begins. The Stoic foundation. The Stoics believed in a simple but radical idea. You do not control what happens to you, but you always control how you respond. Everything else builds from this. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic teachers, explained it clearly. Some things are within our control. Some things are not. Our opinions, judgments, desires, and actions, these are ours. Other people's behavior, external events, outcomes, these are not. Suffering begins when we confuse the two. We exhaust ourselves trying to control what cannot be controlled, while neglecting the only thing that truly belongs to us, our response. Stoicism trains the mind to recognize this distinction, and to live by it. Response versus reaction. Reaction is immediate, automatic. Emotional, mastery of response. And in a world that constantly provokes, distracts, and overwhelms, this mastery has never been more relevant. Think back to the last time something tested your patience. Maybe it challenged your pride. Maybe it shook your confidence. Maybe it made you angry, anxious, or defensive. How did you respond? Did your emotions take control? Or did you act from your values? This is where Stoicism begins. The Stoic foundation. The Stoics believed in a simple but radical idea. You do not control what happens to you, but you always control how you respond. Everything else builds from this. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic teachers, explained it clearly. Some things are within our control. Some things are not. Our opinions, judgments, desires, and actions, these are ours. Other people's behavior, external events, outcomes, these are not. Suffering begins when we confuse the two. We exhaust ourselves trying to control what cannot be controlled, while neglecting the only thing that truly belongs to us, our response. Stoicism trains the mind to recognize this distinction, and to live by it. Response versus reaction. Reaction is immediate, automatic, emotional. Response is intentional, measured, aligned with reason and values. When you react, you surrender control. When you respond, you reclaim it. The Stoics understood that emotions arise naturally. Anger, fear, frustration. But they also knew that emotions do not have the final authority unless we grant it to them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This power exists in the space between stimulus and action, a space most people rush through. Stoicism teaches you to expand that space. Why this matters in daily life. Consider how much damage is caused by unexamined reactions. Arguments that escalate unnecessarily. Words spoken that cannot be taken back. Decisions made in anger, fear, or pride. Now imagine a different way of living. Imagine being calm when others are provoked. Clear when others are confused. Steady when others are overwhelmed. This is not weakness. This is strength refined. Responding instead of reacting does not make life easier. It makes you stronger. The Stoic practice of awareness. The first step toward a responsive mind is awareness. You cannot change what you do not notice. Stoics practiced constant self-observation, watching their thoughts, emotional triggers, and habitual reactions. Ask yourself, what situations trigger me most? What emotions arise automatically? What stories do I tell myself in those moments? Awareness creates distance. Distance creates choice. Without awareness, there is no response, only reaction. The power of the pause. One of the most practical Stoic tools is the deliberate pause. Not a long meditation. Not hours of reflection. Just a moment. A breath. A brief silence. That pause interrupts the emotional surge and invites reason back into the conversation. In that moment, ask, is this within my control? What response aligns with my values? What action would I respect myself for later? This single habit, practiced consistently, can change how you experience life. Reframing reality. Stoicism also teaches the art of reframing. Events themselves are neutral. It is our interpretation that gives them meaning. A setback can be framed as failure or as training. Criticism can be framed as insult or as information. Difficulty can be framed as punishment or as preparation. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the obstacle is the way. Stoics did not avoid hardship. They used it. By changing how you frame events, you change how they affect you. Control what is yours. One of the most liberating Stoic practices is releasing attachment to outcomes. You control your effort, your integrity, your preparation. You do not control results. When you tie your peace to outcomes, you give your peace away. Stoicism teaches disciplined effort without emotional dependency on results. This creates resilience. You act fully, but remain internally free. Daily reflection. The Stoics ended their days with reflection. Not guilt. Not self-criticism. Assessment. What did I do well today? Where did I react instead of respond? What can I improve tomorrow? This daily practice turns life into training, not punishment. Progress becomes inevitable. Mindfulness and Stoicism. Modern psychology calls it mindfulness. Stoics simply called it attention. Living fully in the present moment. Observing thoughts without being ruled by them. Engaging with life deliberately, whether through breathing, walking, working, or listening. Presence strengthens response. The present moment is the only place where choice exists. Applying Stoicism in real life. When faced with conflict, pause. When criticized, observe. When frustrated, reframe. When tempted to react, choose restraint. Stoicism is not practiced in isolation. It is practiced in traffic, in conversations, in disappointment, in success. Every moment becomes a test of character. The Stoic way of living. Choosing response over reaction is not a technique. It is a way of life. A commitment to reason over impulse. Values over emotion. Character over comfort. The Stoics believe that true freedom comes from self-governance, not from controlling the world, and that freedom is available to anyone willing to train their mind. Life will always challenge you. People will disappoint you. Circumstances will change without warning. Stoicism does not promise comfort. It promises strength. The strength to remain calm in chaos. The strength to act with integrity under pressure. The strength to respond when others react. And in mastering this, you master yourself.